and it's 7 o'clock, and on a rare day, I actually start on time. It's a little joke at myself. The Thursday, April 7th, 2022, I'd like to welcome you all to the board meeting, the Village of Hanover Park. This has been a busy board. We've had a busy staff, and we're going to have a busy meeting, it looks like. So with that, Christy, if you would call the roll, please.
Trustee Husani? Here. Trustee Gutierrez? Here. Trustee Porter?
Here.
Trustee Kemper?
Here.
Trustee Bancole? Here. And Trustee Prigi?
Here.
Everybody is here.
Thank you. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We have a motion to accept the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. I think
Mayor, I'd like to pull 7A4 from the agenda.
pull 784 from the agenda. Thank you. With that, call for a, Christie, if you would, call the roll.
Trustee Gutierrez? Yes. Trustee Porter?
Yes.
Trustee Kemper?
Yes.
Trustee Bancole? Yes. Trustee Prigi?
Here.
And
Yes.
Trustee Husani? Yes. Sounds good.
Presentations.
I'm sorry.
No, 6 had a missing page, but as long as it was provided, it's okay. Yeah. She asked that 4 people. Yeah.
Thank you all for being here. It's nice to see everyone. Ernie, you looking good? These fine volunteers behind me contribute many hours and invest many hours in our Kids at Hope initiative that we hold as part of it. And it's a wonderful event. I didn't realize I was talking to the back of the microphone. But anyway, it's a wonderful event. I want to thank you all for your time, your commitment to the children of Hanover Park. Keeps us adults in line. What do you think? Whereas Kids at Hope is a national initiative committed to the success of all children, without exception. Whereas Kids at Hope is committed to reversing the stigma, abuse, and inherent harmful self-fulfilling prophecy associated with the expression youth at risk. And whereas Kids at Hope advances a research-developed cultural framework which demonstrates that all children can succeed, without exception, when children are surrounded by adults who believe they can succeed, when children benefit from the meaningful and sustainable relationships with caring adults, and when children learn to articulate their future at life's 4 major destinations: home and family, education and career, community and services, hobbies and recreation. And whereas Kids at Hope promotes the practice of treasure hunting to ensure all children's talents, intelligence, and positive traits are discovered. And whereas the people of Hanover Park are committed to the success and future opportunity of all children of our village, and whereas the Village of Hanover Park will host a Kids at Hope Community Health and Resource Fair April 23rd, 2022, to introduce our youth to all the opportunities available to them in our village that will help them to succeed. Now therefore I, Rodney S. Craig, Village President of the Village of Hanover Park, do hereby proclaim April 22nd as Kids at Hope Month in the Village of Hanover Park, and I encourage all citizens to observe and join in this special expression. And I'd like to present to each of you our Kids at Hope proclamation, signed personally by your favorite mayor. Thank you. And I crack up. There you So we'll get a photo together. Thank you. And I want to thank you all. Please shake hands with our board members. We do appreciate your work and your efforts. Patricia, amazing work every year.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Just real quick, if I can say, these are flyers for our Health and Resource Fair that's going to be on April 23rd. It's a Saturday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Hanover Park District. We will have resources and health things available for children and families. So please come, bring your families. It'll be a fun day for the kids and an informative day for the adults. Everything is free. And I'll leave some flyers in case anyone's interested.
Thank you. And we have a few flyers here. Tricia has to get her handshakes in.
Extras? Those are the next ones.
Now we are celebrating the Sikh community,
Thank you so much, honey.
fifth largest religion in the world. And if you'd like to, those Sikh members, please come up. And I will read my proclamation. You have a few copies here. Mister. So. Are we shuffled in? Yeah. Oh, there's a piece of paper there with the.
Good job, Mayor.
I do need a cheat sheet every once in a while. Whereas Hanover Park and our nation are blessed and enriched by the unparalleled diversity of our residents. Whereas Sikhism is the fifth largest religion in the world today, there are more than 30 million Sikhs worldwide and an estimated 500,000 Americans of Sikh origin. And whereas Sikhism is an Indian religion that originated in the Punjabi region of the Indian subcontinent around the end of the 15th century by Guru Nanak. Sikh means learner in Punjabi. And whereas one of the core beliefs of Sikhism is Guru Nanak's teaching against discrimination and prejudice due to religion, race, caste, or status. And whereas Sikh Americans come from many walks of life and pursue diverse professions, making rich contributions to social, cultural, and economic vibrancy in the United States, including services as members of the United States Armed Forces. And I'd like to thank you for the display this evening out in the hallway. It's always good to learn our commitment to one another and supporting our country. Whereas the Sikh Americans come from many walks of life and pursue diverse professions, making rich contributions to social, cultural, and economic vibrancy in the United States, including services as members of the United States Armed Forces. They have made significant contributions to our great nation in agriculture, trucking, medicine, technology, and have distinguished themselves by fostering greater respect among all people through faith and service. Now, therefore, I, Rodney S. Craig, President of the Village of Hanover Park, hereby proclaim April as Sikh Heritage Month and urge all residents to better understand, recognize, and appreciate the rich history and shared experience of Sikh Americans. Now I'd like to invite Rajinder Singh Mapo, our Sikh Religious Society out of Palatine, to come forward and say a few words, if you would, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Mayor Rodney Craig and the Hanover Park Village board members, all of them, including Mr. Saeed Husseini, a good friend. Thank you so much. And thanks for doing all this to honor our community today. Actually, when I first came to the United States, my first home in the United States was in Hanover Park. And that's where I lived. I lived on Army Trail Road and on the other side of Schick Road on Bayside and the Wood Lake Trail area. When I moved in there, it was all farm fields at that time. There was nothing. Even the county farm, the Jewel Plaza, there was, they were just trying to construct it, and it wasn't there yet. So this was 1977. And my 3 children were born while we were living there, and they went to elementary school, which is Eastview Elementary School in Bartlett at the time. Now it's a middle school. So, but then we moved about 5 miles west of on Army Trail Road. So actually, I live in Wayne, but Hanover Park still is home. My wife and I, we drive around sometime. There's an Indian store on Army Trail Road and Bayside to buy some groceries, and we like to go around to see our old house there, so it's still there. Again, thank you for giving us this opportunity. On behalf of the Sikh American community of Hanover Park, I would like to thank Honorable Mayor Rodney Craig and the board members again for giving us this honor today. Sikh American Awareness and Appreciation Month was actually delegated and declared by the state governor 2019, and it was implemented January 1, 2020. So it is by an act. It is part of the act that the Sikh Awareness Month of April is in Illinois there. As the mayor said, that we are pretty close to 27 million people worldwide and the 5th largest religion because it's from northwest part of India. And India has almost 1.4 billion people, 1.37 billion. And 2% of that is Sikh, only 2%. So it's 27, 28 million right there. So we are everywhere. And our basic belief is oneness, Oneness of what? Oneness of divinity and oneness of humanity. And there's only one God, whatever name you give it and whatever you believe in, but it's only one because there can't be two. Otherwise, there'll be conflict between gods. So we believe that there's only one God all there in the whole universe. And also, there's only one divine creator, and each human being has the potential to realize God. It's not that only some few chosen people can realize or know or godly people. Every human being that's born has that potential to realize, understand God, and love God. Sikhs are guided by a scripture which is called Guru Granth Sahib. It's a book, it's the teachings of the Sikh gurus, the teachers. And that includes not only the Sikh gurus' teachings, but also 30 other non-Sikh saints and scholars who were known at that time, at that part of the world. They're all included into that scripture. So we just honor all religions. So it's kind of an interfaith religion by itself, as we say it. And the only thing is that we have a distinct external appearance due to our religiously mandated dress code, where we have to wear about 5 meaningful articles of faith. One, of course, is that we are not supposed to cut our hair. That's why we see a beard. And then we are not supposed to cut our hair even on the head. So they put it like a bun and then wear a turban to cover it. So that is one, but there are 4 others that, there's a kara, there's a bracelet, and, all have some meaning. I don't have time to, I don't want to take too much time to go through all that because I'm not preaching. So this is one kara that, you wear. And this represents like restraint. Don't do anything bad. This is a constant reminder. Somebody said, oh, so you need this to remind you don't have to do anything bad. It's just a symbol. I mean, if you're not wearing a wedding ring, are you married or not? So it's just a symbolism kind of thing. And then here, there's several other things. And then Sikhs have 4 tenets or daily principles that guide their way of life. And one is earn your living honestly, and share your bounty with the less fortunate. Remember divine, whatever name you give it, in everything you do, with every breath of your life, meaning that you be always mindful of that. There is some higher supreme power, whatever name you give it. And if you have that in your mind, if you are mindful of that, then you would do good things because then it kind of internalized and then you are a good person. You become a good person. And then serve humanity without discrimination. Not that I help my own family, my own tribe, but everyone, whosoever needs that. So that is one of our one of the tenets that service, seva, at any Sikh place of worship, which is called Gurdwara, you go there, there's food, free, we call it langar, vegetarian food to be inclusive that everybody can take part. So because food and water is a human right, you have to have it, basic thing. So any place, any Sikh place of worship you go, anybody, all welcome, and it's free food. Thank you so much again, Mayor and Honorable.
Thank you. I'm going to ask that we all join together for a photo. Would you mind coming down?
Thank you.
They like to show togetherness.
Yeah.
We're one big loving family.
Yeah, please join us.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Hey, there's one button. All right.
One more.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, Dave's got to get. All right. Thank you. Please. This is my board. You would please take a seat. Thank you so much. Your words were fine. Thank you. Would you shake hands with the board?
I'll do a butt shake out here.
Do let's shake it out here.
Thank you.
Take care, my friend. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Take care, my friend. Thank you, sir. It was very well appreciated. Thank you. And I have one more recognition. Everybody back? Oh, my goodness. So this is my child abuse, and thank you for coming. I will read this. Would you like to say a few words?
I can say thank you at the end. I'll be brief.
Okay. Whereas 1 in 5 children will be abused by the age of 18, and it's vital those at risk learn to stop abuse before it starts, and children in crisis know support is available. And whereas children are our hope for the future, and caring for them is one of our greatest responsibilities. During National Child Abuse Prevention Month, we renew our commitment to preventing child abuse and neglection by promoting healthy families and protecting children. And whereas although a strong family unit is the best deterrent to child abuse, effectively intervening in the lives of children threatened by abuse is a shared responsibility. And whereas all citizens should become involved in supporting families in raising their children in a safe, nurturing environment. And whereas by strengthening families and providing safe, stable, and nurturing environments that are free from violence, abuse, and neglect, opportunities are created for our children's optimal growth and success, ensuring a secure future for our community where the needs of children are a priority and the needs of the families are met. And whereas we can join together as individuals, organizations, and government agencies to prevent child abuse in the community by providing education, skills training, and support, and by raising awareness of relevant topics including child development, basic care skills, discipline, strategies, and goal setting for parents. Now, therefore, I, Rodney S. Craig, President of the Village of Hanover Park, do hereby proclaim the month of April 2022 as Child Abuse Prevention Month in the Village of Hanover Park, and to call upon all residents, community agencies, faith groups, businesses, criminal justice officials, and elected leaders to increase their participation in efforts to support families, thereby preventing child abuse and strengthening the community in which we live. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
If you'd like to say a few words,
Just
please.
say thank you. Thank you for having me, President Craig and the village trustees from Hanover Park. My name is Maria Brower, and I'm with an agency called Shelter, Inc. We're in the northwest suburbs, and we work with children and young adults ages 0 to 24 and their families who are in crisis. As President mentioned, 1 in 5 children in the state of Illinois will suffer abuse or neglect by the time they reach 18. Our vision is that all children, regardless of their background, of their family identity, of their upbringing, that they grow up in a safe and loving home. We know that we can't do that on our own, and we need the support of the community. So I'd like to thank all of you here and thank the Village of Hanover Park for their support in reaching that vision. So thank you.
Thank you. Well, before you go, we got to get a photo. We'll do this till we get it right. That's my favorite one. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very good. Well, thank you for coming. Thank you all for coming. You don't need to stay for the whole boring meeting. It's going to go on forever. Thank you.
I think it's gonna go forever. We'll be some.
Okay. Pardon?
We'll be
All right. Village President's report. Oh, smokes.
it's you.
I first of all would like to thank this board. Did you say wait? Huh?
Nobody for town hall. Oh, okay. Nobody signed up. Okay, sorry.
Okay. First of all, I'd like to thank this board for their good work supporting the Village of Hanover Park. Christy went with me down to Springfield. She came along, keep me out of trouble. I don't know if she succeeded, but I certainly was able to speak to a number of legislators, articulate our position relative to state funding and support for the people of Hanover Park. They closed out their budget today. I don't know what they ended up with. I'm not particularly pleased with the attitude that I'm hearing in Springfield, but those legislators who have been mayors understand what it means to support the village and worked hard to provide some revenue, restoration of revenue that we've lost over the past number of years. That number exceeds $22 million, and I think enough is enough, and it's time to restore some of those dollars. I'd like to thank Lisa Gutierrez for her work representing the municipality and her organization for transportation. We were at Harper College this morning, and she provided excellent dialogue. She even talked about how her community, the new residents that have come from other places that need court dates, and they have to go into the city of Chicago. Where we sit was originally designed as a courtroom back in 1976. And I recall having court in here. And there may be a means to have a court date for half a day or something, just to permit those that do not have the means to travel to the down into the city and come back. But there are certainly some conversation that can be had to see how we can support that community. So Lisa, I appreciate you bringing that up. There was some good dialogue about I say prototype, that's my old technical me, but a pilot program out of Harper College to help with transportation for those that are struggling with that. And there was a lot of outreach to the not-for-profits there, but I think Harper College has taken the lead on all of that, so it's nice to see. I'd like to thank Yasmin for her support this past week. Some good feedback, some outstanding work trying to help us facilitate. I think you helped us get an extension for a grant that was due today. I appreciate that. The people of Hanover Park appreciate that. We need to step forward and provide for that. Who am I forgetting? This is a marvelous board, and standing together means a lot. I talk to Herb every week. Herb keeps me on track, and I appreciate your confidence as the deputy mayor. Help me bounce things off of you. And I'd say something about Syed, but he would just start laughing.
Okay.
He passed another milestone today. Did you not? You can speak about that later. That's
It's okay.
a proud resident of the Village of Hanover Park. And I discover from time to time, we have family members, their daughters, their sons of residents of people of Hanover Park. And I like writing letters of support and if they're going off to college, and I like supporting them in that way. And many times they accomplish things, and I'd love to raise that up. But most of our families are very shy about that, and they say, well, just hearing your appreciation, Mayor, makes the difference. So there's good, in a quality community, family-oriented community, we're doing things that are making a difference for our families. And that goes, our departments, police and fire, public works, we're working well together, and I like that. So with that, I will call for a move to approve by unanimous vote items on the consent agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Trustee Porter?
Yes.
Trustee Kemper?
Yes.
Trustee Bancole?
Yes.
Trustee Perigi?
Yes.
Trustee Husani?
Yes.
And Trustee Gutierrez.
Thank you. Item 7A14, motion to waive competitive bidding and approve the purchase of 2 rotating assemblies for Kingsbury Lift Station for an amount not to exceed $45,312 and authorize the village manager to execute the necessary documents. 2/3 vote of corporate authorities is required.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Discussion?
Yes, I've always had questions when we waive competitive bidding, and even though generally and usually they're very compelling reasons to do so, but I still reserve the right to have that explained to me why we are waiving the bidding on this project, this piece of equipment.
Yes, sir.
Did you hear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
The reason in this case is that this is a proprietary pump. They refer to them as rotating assemblies, but they're pumps. And lift stations are typically purchased as packages. And in this case, it's a Smith & Loveless package lift station. And they're proprietary to Smith & Loveless, so we have to, if we're going to replace the pumps but not replace the entire lift station package, we have to go to Smith & Loveless.
Now, the lift station package that is in, that's Kingsbury Lift Station, where exactly what is the function of that?
So there's an old saying about stuff rolling downhill. It's actually very true. So unlike our water system that's pressurized, sewer lines are fed by gravity. So there's an incline to the pipe. So everything that goes into the pipe that goes down the drain goes by gravity. But it can't go forever. Eventually you reach a point where you have to bring it back up and then start the process again. So, I mean, there's a kid's toy where things tick, 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 tick up and then slide down the slide again. That's a lift station.
Okay. And what is the age of the existing station?
Oh, this station is from, I believe it was around 1976 or 1977.
And is that the one we're replacing?
We're replacing the pumps in it, yes.
The pumps in it?
Yes.
And what about the stability of the rest of the apparatus?
At this time,
How stable is the overall equipment, piece of equipment?
it is aging. Eventually, we will reach a point where we get into a cycle where we start replacing our lift stations. In this case, I'm comfortable replacing pumps, knowing that at some point in the future, we will replace that lift station, but it'll be a while.
And is that going to be considerably more expensive to replace those?
Yes, sir.
The stations?
Yes, it'll be quite a project to replace. I believe we have 11 lift stations. So,
11?
yeah.
11 within the village?
yeah.
And
yes,
are
sir.
they all in need of pumps, or just this one currently that you're recommending that we replace?
This is the only one with a more immediate need. We do repair and oftentimes we don't replace pumps. Oh, we do periodically. A lot of times we will rebuild pumps rather than replace them. In this case, given the age of the pumps and how many times we've rebuilt them, it really doesn't make sense for us to do that anymore.
Okay, thanks, TJ.
We normally have a line item for pumps in every year's budget. Is that correct?
Yeah, we have, every year, we budget $50,000 for emergency replacements. In this case, this isn't an emergency replacement because we're not out, these pumps haven't failed. But the turnaround time, the time that it would take to manufacture them and get them is now 20 weeks. It's a very long, extended period of time, so it's wise for us to replace where we know we might have a problem in the future before they fail.
Thank you.
I presume you want to do it when it's warm out.
Yeah, that too.
Just a follow-up question, TJ. So you said we have 11 lift stations in the village?
Correct.
So are all of them of this Smith & Loveless brand?
No.
So just this particular lift station?
You know, I don't know how many of them are Smith & Loveless. I'd have to look. It's pretty common. Frankly, there aren't a lot of manufacturers of lift stations. And Smith & Loveless is one of the larger ones, so I'm sure there are others. I would have to find out, though. I don't know off the top of my head.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, very good.
Ready?
Christie, call the vote.
Trustee Kemper?
Yes.
Trustee Bancole?
Yes.
Trustee Brigi?
Yes.
Trustee Husani?
Yes.
Trustee Gutierrez?
Yes.
Trustee Porter?
Yes.
Mayor Craig?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Okay, 7815, motion to waive competitive bidding. Approve the purchase of 11 TASER X2 conducted electrical weapons with 4-year extended warranties from Exxon Enterprises for the amount not to exceed $21,415.68, and authorize the village manager to execute the necessary documents. 2/3 vote of the corporate authorities is required.
So moved.
Second.
Do motion is second. Any discussion?
I would ask the same question, Chief, if you could give an explanation as to why we're waiving the bidding.
Sure. So the manufacturer of these tasers is Axon. Some of you may remember that name. We came to you during the budget process for body cameras for police officers. In addition to that, in-car cameras, a recording system, and an iCloud evidence system. All of them were Axon products. So by buying these tasers, that integrates with all the rest of our equipment. It all can be stored on the iCloud, and all these systems talk to each other as it relates to the body cameras. So if you pull this taser, the body camera automatically turns on and records the encounter. So all of our equipment will be manufactured by Axon.
Okay, so it'll be uniform with all of the equipment. Does that mean that equipment produced by another manufacturer wouldn't be compatible with what we currently have in place in terms of body cameras and other pieces of equipment, that they wouldn't be able to operate on that system? Or does it just make it easier for operation and maintenance and follow-through, that they're all manufactured by the same company?
I can't say definitively. I'm sure there's other products that would work, but it wouldn't be as seamless.
Okay.
And Axon is really the leader in the industry. They are the giant, and anybody else that has a taser is inferior to Axon's product. Every police department that has tasers, I would venture to say, 98% of them have Axon tasers. They are the most reliable, and as I said, the leader in the industry by a large margin.
So if an officer pulls a taser, it automatically kicks on the body camera?
Yes, it will.
Very good. Okay. Any other questions? Very good.
Yeah, can I ask why we're purchasing 11? Is it that 11 are at their life, or is that just what we can afford?
Exactly.
After so
We've
many
got
years?
11 that are the end of the warranty period. You get 1 year with the manufacturer, and then we purchase an additional 4 years. So we've got 11 of them that are at the end of that 5-year warranty period now. So if one breaks down, we would have to purchase it, at that time. We can go piece by piece. So we're replacing all 11 at the same time, so all the warranties are on the same schedule.
Okay, but we haven't enough, go ahead.
So it should be noted in the memo, it does allow for us to acquire extra so that we are at 14, so every officer will have one now.
Okay.
That was before we had more people on.
And the tasers that are currently in use, they're Axon as well?
They are.
Okay,
Exact same taser.
okay.
Very
Thank you.
good. Any other questions? Hearing none. Christie, call the roll.
Trustee Bancole?
Yes.
Trustee Brigi?
Yes.
Trustee Husani?
Yes.
Trustee Gutierrez? Yes. Trustee Porter?
Yes.
Trustee Kemper?
Yes.
Mayor Craig?
Yes.
Thank you.
7816, move to pass an ordinance authorizing a third amendment to the FY 2022 budget of the Village of Hanover Park. 2/3 vote of the corporate authorities is needed.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions on the third amendment? Hearing none. Christie, call the roll.
Sorry. Trustee Husani?
Yes.
Trustee Gutierrez? Yes. Trustee Porter?
Yes.
Trustee Kemper?
Yes.
Trustee Bancole?
Yes.
And Trustee Brigi?
Yes.
Excellent.
Thank you. 7A17, motion to accept the proposal from Alpha Building Maintenance in an amount to not exceed $87,540 for village janitorial cleaning for year 2 of a 3-year agreement, and authorize village manager to execute the necessary documents.
So moved.
Second.
We- Motion is second. Question?
I have a modification to the number in the motion, from 87,540 to 84,230.
84,000.
Can you say that one more time?
The new number is 84,230. The number had been calculated for the
Very good. Price
Can I
drops
ask a
while we're
question?
sitting here.
Can I ask a question? This says, is this a budgeted item? No, right? Because it's an increase?
So we have, this is, the cleaning contract is in the budget, it's a budgeted item. And this contract covers the cleaning of this facility, the public works facility, police facility. But at the lease for the train station had included a clause that said the rent could be reduced if the vendor cleaned the station themselves. And so the previous vendor chose to do that. This new vendor that is in the station now is taking, they wish to just pay the rent.
Okay.
So there will be additional revenue on the, coming in from the lease, the rent, but then there will be an additional cost, on the other end to have the train station facility added to our cleaning contract.
Okay.
Very good. Questions on top of that? Hearing none. Christie, call the roll, please.
Sorry. Trustee Gutierrez?
Yes.
Trustee Porter?
Yes.
Trustee Kemper?
Yes.
Trustee Bancole?
Yes.
Trustee Prigi?
Yes.
And Trustee Husani?
Yes.
Excellent.
Thank you. 7A18, move to approve warrant for 7/2022 in the amount of $637,850.46.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Discussion? Hearing none. Christie, call the roll.
Trustee Porter?
Yes.
Trustee Kemper?
Yes.
Trustee Bancole?
Yes.
Trustee Prigi?
Yes.
Trustee Husani?
Yes.
And Trustee Gutierrez?
Yes.
Thank you. 7A19, move to approve warrant paid in advance, 3/12/2022 to 3/30/2022 in the amount of $1,018,704.24.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Discussion? Hearing none. Christie, call the roll.
Trustee Kemper?
Yes.
Trustee Bancole?
Yes.
Trustee Prigi?
Yes.
Trustee Husani?
Yes.
Trustee Gutierrez?
Yes.
Trustee Porter?
Yes.
Excellent.
Thank you. 7A20, move to approve February 2022 P cards in the amount of $11,146.53.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Discussion on the P cards. Hearing none. Christie, call the roll.
Trustee Bancole?
Yes.
Trustee Prigi?
Yes.
Trustee Husani?
Yes.
Trustee Gutierrez?
Yes.
Trustee Porter?
Yes.
And Trustee Kemper?
Yes.
Thank you. Village Manager's Report, Juliana.
Included in the packet is the monthly treasurer's report for February. We're early on in the year, but it gives you a snapshot of where we're at. And I have no other further.
Any questions on the Treasurer's Report? Hearing none. Christie, call the roll. Oh, no, there's no roll. But it sounded like a good idea.
It did. It did. Thank you.
Okay.
You were on a roll.
He was on.
I'm on a roll.
Yeah, right?
You- Yeah, I don't know how to act. Oh, okay. Village Clerk's Report, Christie?
Excellent. Okay, so Mayor, thank you for taking me to the IML conference. It was very informative and super fun at Lobby Day. I just want to let everybody know I did put a Lobby Day packet on your dais, just so that you have all the info that we got to hear about. And it also includes an invitation to the IML conference in September, so put that on your calendars. It's in Chicago, so it's not super far. We have the STARS program coming up on the 20th. It's Hanover Highlands this month. On Saturday is the bunny hunt with the VFW and the Lions Club. And then in the afternoon, we have the dog hunt, egg hunt that was postponed due to some snow in April. So come on out and celebrate and have fun with our residents this week. Thanks. That is all.
That is all. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed the trip.
It was a lot of fun.
I didn't fall asleep at the wheel.
No, we got ice cream.
Okay, very good. Corporation Council Report.
No report, thank you.
Thank you. Trustee reports. Trustee Husani.
I do not have a report for both of my committees, but just wanted to wish everybody who celebrates happy Ramadan, a holy month. And this is the 6th day of the fasting. and I survived 6 days. Let's see how the 30 days go. But you get used to it after 3 days. So while the meeting was happening, I was chunking on water to make sure I have some. 7:22 today. I know exactly when the sun goes down now and when the sun goes up. So it's kind of strange month. But I do need to clarify, Mayor says half words or sentences and put people in confusion. I do not have a pass in kidney stone. But actually I passed an exam today for a for-profit business, so I would not like to discuss that here at all whatsoever at this platform. Even though I help seniors, but it's a for-profit business, so I think it's a complex, so I would not discuss that here. But that's what I heard, so I wanted to clarify. I don't know how many other people were sitting on it, so I just wanted to know, what did I pass? All right. It's a proud day today for me, for being a person of color. Ketanji Brown Jackson have a seat at the Supreme Court, and I do not envy a lot of people, but I did. Trustee Bankole, she was there witnessing the history. She was there in that room.
Pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. That is pretty cool. And I am not going to say more because I know you have a lot more to say. So I'm not stealing your thunder at all whatsoever. So if you have not heard much about Punjab today and Sikh, I have some more for you. So Gurmeet has left a brochure here, flyer, that is an invitation to everybody, all the employees of the village as well as the trustees. On May 1st, Sunday, it's at 6 to 8 in Willowbrook. It's celebrating Punjabi Heritage Month. So it's an open invitation to everybody. Please send me an email if you're interested. That's it for me, Mayor.
Thank you. Trustee Lisa Gutierrez.
Yes. Thank you for clarifying that you passed a milestone and not a kidney stone. Did you hear that, Bernie?
I did not want to take his name, but it's okay. Too late.
So if you seem to be losing my composure up here, it's because I'm sitting next to these two. So first and foremost, go Cubs. It's open day, so go Cubs, right? Am I right? No one's excited about this? Okay. No. So Hanover Park is, they won, yeah. It's a big deal. So Hanover Park is having our Kids at Hope. That's a pretty big deal. Saturday, April 23rd, the POC will be there. And I hope we get more people. This had to be canceled during COVID, so we're trying to get as many people out there, small ones as well. Giveaways, activities, face painting. For folks that need a child seat inspection, they'll be having the installations as well. Health screening games, just a lot of great stuff that's happening. And I know that this is a lot smaller than what happens usually for this program, but it's coming back slowly and it's going to be great. In the Economic Development Committee, we had a pitch presentation, I believe it was yesterday, for the next level Northwest, where our businesses can get this amazing package of free coaching to help their business. And we have a young business owner that we listened to and discussed, and we're all voting and recommending her to accept the business for coaching through Next Level Northwest. As you know, there's other towns involved in this as well, so it's important for Hanover Park to be represented there as well. I'm very excited about this. At our next EDC meeting next Tuesday, we are going to be discussing a new facade grant for commercial properties in the 3 TIF districts. So I know that's something that Trustee Porter and I had discussed, and Trustee Bankole as well. And so I'm very excited that the EDC is looking at this, and they're going to be presenting it to the board on the 21st of April as well. I attended the DEI Schaumburg Township meeting. They're looking at their forms and how to change them to be more inclusive. And then tomorrow, the Metro Mayor's Caucus is having their DEI, and I know Dave, there you are, you're usually over there. Dave usually attends those if I'm not there. They're gonna be talking about hiring practices, and I think it'd be great if our HR department went as well, just to listen, to hear it. It's on Zoom, so it's something to listen in as well. A lot of great ideas from what other towns are doing there. And then today, I went to the regional meeting at Harper College to address the lack of public transportation here. And so we're listening to all these great programs and the fact that infrastructure grants are coming, and what is it, $4 billion to municipalities for public transportation. And so I'm asking about this, and I'm being told that most of that funding goes to Chicago, yet we're so much larger, yet we're so disconnected. And so I'm trying to find more information about this, because our PACE bus system can answer a lot of problems for a lot of people if it was more of it and more on time, especially for our young ones that don't have cars, and that we lack spaces to park these cars. So they're also looking at other initiatives, which is the municipal van program, Lyft, and one of my favorites is a bike share program. I talked to Trustee Bankole briefly about this. Is a program where they have the racks at the metro station in Palatine, and so you can pick a bike up like the bikes in Chicago, the Divvy bikes, and then you can drop it off somewhere else. And I think this is a great program. I think I'm gonna let Trustee Bankole just run with it if she has time. If she has time for it. But I hope that that's something we can bring, because we have our metro, our downtown area is starting to expand. This would be great for our students that attend Harper College, because they have racks there for those bikes already. So, and it was great listening to the Illinois Department of Transportation. Thanks to Dr. Maria Coons and Dr. Proctor for putting all this together. And then I was wondering if we have had any updates on the collection of the push tax funds. Nothing. Okay. All right, that's the end of my report. Thank you. Oh, also, thank you, Trustee Bankole, Mayor, for supporting POC at their fundraiser. Thank you so much. Thanks. That's it.
Very good. If we type that out, it'll be a book.
I did, no. It was fast.
And very encouraging by your involvement. Thank you. Trustee Porter.
Thank you. I'll start off by thanking Chief Forbes and the fire department. I took my grandson by the fire station off of Walnut, and they treated him like a prince. They took him through, gave him all the little knickknacks and hats and badges and stickers, took him and showed him all the quarters. You got to know my grandson he has a firefighter costume at home that he wears every day, the yellow jacket, the hat, he's got a play fire extinguisher and a walkie-talkie, and he plays with that every day that he's at the house. So, the reason we stopped, they had the hook and ladder was out in the parking lot, and they were cleaning it. And so I pulled over just to show him the hook and ladder, the truck that was there. And so when I pulled over, they go, "Oh, it's been so long since we've had somebody come in here." So I think they were as happy to see him as he was to see them. And it was truly the highlight of his week that he got to go in and see real firefighters, because he considers himself a little firefighter. And his favorite book that we read before he takes a nap is called All About Firefighters. And I've read that book about 400 times, I'm sure. Every time it's nap time, I ask, "What book do you want to read, Austin?" And it's always the firefighter book. So maybe there's a future firefighter in the making there. So thank you for that. In keeping with that theme with the firefighters, I wanted to know, have we made any movement on addressing some of the issues that were raised by the residents who came in and we're discussing the location of the fire station and some of the concerns that they had about traffic and integrating into the community and that type of thing. I know that we've done a comprehensive study, but I think it's important that we put something together to get back to those residents and let them know that we heard their concerns and that we've addressed them, and because we want to continue to be good community partners with those residents, and we don't want there to be any type of aggressive or any adversarial relationship with that community when we go in with the fire station there. So I just was wondering, have we taken any steps toward making some type of report or something that we can distribute to not those people, but to the residents, our residents, and let them know that we heard them and that, you know, we are taking that to heart?
So we're still in the conceptual design phase of this with the consulting team and staff, and we just received the initial cost based on what our design thoughts were, and now we're working to pare that back because the costs are estimated to be too high. So our goal is, once we have a station design that we think would work operationally and fit into the community, then the plan is to go and meet with the library, which is right next door, and the neighborhood, especially the homeowners
Okay.
association that's down the street. But I think we'd really like to show them what's coming to the neighborhood or
Okay.
some of the ideas, and right now we're unable to do that.
So there's nothing tangible that you could share with them at this point? Okay, very good. Speaking about design, to what extent are we looking to reduce the footprint of that in terms of green footprint and, you know, with the community? How is that being taken into account in the design?
So the design is addressing it, and I can have Chief Force talk to it more, but we are not pursuing an official LEEDs environmentally certified building just because of the cost. So there's a cost to going through that process, and we want to make sure that we put as many dollars into the actual building and the design of that versus, but I believe we will be meeting all of those levels.
Well, what we do know for certainty is that it's going to meet the current standards in the ICC Energy Conservation Code. That's the code that we're all bound to. It's like a building code. It's its own green energy type of code that shows about how efficient a building is. The windows, the heat loss, those same sort of subjects. It's our understanding that meeting that energy conservation code does go a long way towards somewhere in the middle of those LEED certifications.
So it takes into account water efficiency and all of those
Absolutely.
different,
Yes, absolutely.
okay.
And they've even showed, the consulting team has shown heat maps and diagrams that show when we change the building, how that changes the energy efficiency of the building.
Okay.
So those are to be taken into account.
So we'll be kept abreast and updated as you get to, again, something tangible, and they present some type of design. We'll be kept updated.
Yes, right now it's
Sure.
pictures that cost too much.
Yeah, okay. All right. It just came to mind, I was reading about the Highland Park, just recently, I think a year or two ago, completed a fire station and some of the things that, you know, they incorporated into their design, and it just kind of piqued my curiosity to see, you know, what we were doing in a similar manner to design our station. So, okay. I want to congratulate our trustee Bancola. You were in the room where it happened, on being there when Judge Katani Brown was going through the nomination process, the Senate interviews. So very proud of you for being there and for representing us, and I can't wait to hear more of your stories. I've heard a few, but to hear more of your stories about that. I also have flyers that I will pass out to all the board members. I think that's enough for now. On our Juneteenth celebration, on June 18th, we're a small committee, but we're doing really good work trying to put this all together. And it should be a real fun time for our community residents and for the village. So just passing those out. I have extras for staff members if you want to have any of these to share and to participate in. And I think that's the everything that I have to say for my report. So that concludes my report.
Very good. Trustee Kemper.
Well, I'd like to congratulate Trustee Mucoli for being there to witness American history.
Thank you.
Herb, glad to be a part of the Sister Cities Committee and a part of, and assisting and helping putting this together for Juneteenth. On Saturday, I was at the Veterans Committee meeting, a lot going on there. And one of the things that we talked about was putting on our webpage, or even in the highlighter, a page recognizing our businesses that are owned by veterans and businesses that hire veterans or are friendly to veterans, and recognizing them on our village webpage. So I'm asking for that maybe to come to, I don't know, is it an item that to put on the agenda, or is it just something that we could?
Well, why don't we'll take a look at where
Okay.
that might be appropriate to put that and test it, date and
Okay. All right, and then also Memorial Day is on track on the 30th. So looking forward to that. And then with that, April seems to be a very religious month, holy month. Ramadan began on the 2nd of this month. Happy Ramadan to our Muslim community. It's sad. On the 15th begins Passover. So happy Passover to our Jewish community. And on the 14th begins Holy Week for the Christian holiday of Easter. So happy Easter to all of our Christian community members out there. And congratulations to our new justice, Ketanji Jackson. A very exciting and important day in history. That's all I have.
Thank you. Trustee Benko.
Great, thank you. I'm going to echo Trustee Kemper. April is a very religious month, so thank you for pointing that out. So would also like to wish a happy Ramadan to our Muslim neighbors in Hanover Park and beyond. A happy Passover and
Easter.
Thank you. And a happy Easter. I should know I celebrate Easter. Thank you to the board and Mayor Craig for all your kind words. I was afforded the opportunity and the honor to 2 weeks ago now work the SCOTUS nominee hearings in DC for now Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson, and it was an incredible experience. I was there for a full 3 days. And as much time as I spent in that room, I have not been able to find a press photo of myself. I have looked, and I have not been able. I spent a lot of time in that room. I was even like maybe 2 rows behind her, and I cannot find a photo. But I took many photos. But it was an incredible experience. Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson is an extraordinary woman. She has such poise, such grace, and she was the right person for this position. And so to witness this, that we were able to witness this in our lifetimes, is so incredible. But anyways, thank you to the board, and thank you for all your kind words. Truly. I also just wanted to mention that I also attended the Harper College transportation event today, and my hat's off to Trustee Gutierrez for just her perspective and the work that she does in the communities that she serves and the transportation issues that are very apparent in the northwest suburbs. I know you touched on the infrastructure dollars and some of the money that's kind of been allocated to the city of Chicago, but don't fear, I guess I should say, because much of that funding is also competitive. So we will get the opportunity to be able to apply to a lot of that money. It's a total of, I think, 18 billion that's coming to the state of Illinois. So we will ensure that some of it makes its way back to Hanover Park. And then also really enjoyed attending the POC fundraiser. It was wonderful. Great seeing the mayor as well. Really just enjoy supporting the organizations, within the village and seeing all the great work that they do. And that concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Isn't Dr. Proctor amazing?
She is.
She's an amazing gal. Trustee Priggy.
No report.
Thank you. Executive session? Section 2C1 for personnel? We will not be returning afterwards?
So moved.
Christie, call the roll.
You want a motion?
Oh, yeah, we do need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Trustee Bancole?
Yes.
Trustee Brigi?
Yes.
Sorry.
Trustee Husseini?
Yes.
Trustee Gutierrez?
Yes.
Trustee Porter?
Yes.
And Trustee Kemper?
Yes.
It is 8:07.
Motion
I
to
don't think
adjourn.
so. Meeting is adjourned.
Very good.
I don't know if we're staying here or going to the room.
Hold on, who seconded?
No, we're going over.